Afternoon, welcome to another D-Link webinar here on our favoured Wednesday slot. Today we're going to be talking about 5G because D-Link have a lot to talk about in the 5G area. New dongles, new hotspot, new routers, outdoor CPEs, we've got a lot to show to you today. But we're going to start off this session with a quick topic on just where we are with 5G. Because I think there's a lot of expectations with regards to speeds and coverage that aren't quite being met by the current state of 5G in the UK. So UK has 85 to 93% coverage of outdoor premises by at least one of the major operators. In this case, we're talking about EE, Vodafone, O2, or Free. 16 to 28% of the country is covered by all four operators, which include, as you would expect, the major conurbations like London, Manchester and Glasgow, but rural areas are quickly catching up. The situation in Ireland, 5G covers around 90% of the population, so similar figure, and again, Dublin, Cork and Galway leading the coverage area there, and the similar sort of operators are obviously expanding across Ireland, targeting 95% of the population coverage, which is different to the coverage of the country because obviously the population will live in a more condensed part of the country. So in the UK, speeds are where we are probably seeing the most amount of disappointment when it comes to 5G. The average 5G speeds are between 70 and 205, which a lot of people would see as slightly disappointing, seeing as multiple people got about 90 to 100 megs on 4G, especially when that full LTE signal kicks in. Free is leading the way with speeds of around between 210 and 275 megabits. Vodafone sitting quite a long way behind with between 140 and 165 there. EE between about 100 and 120 and O2 lagging behind there between 80 and 85. Although we will point out here that peak speeds, so if you're on the network when there's very little congestion, peak speeds can hit around 680 megabits, which has been recorded on Free. Ireland has similar speed ranges, achieving about 200 megabits in urban areas, but the peak speeds are lower than the UK due to less wave deployment. And we will talk about wave a little bit more later on in the presentation.
So this is Phil here. Just to add to what Alan's been saying, just for comparison, in countries such as Korea, the average speeds, 5G speeds, because of their slightly more advanced 5G networks, averages nearly double the amount what you see in the UK setup. Yeah. So you get around 400, and then topping off possibly, in the 700, 800 meg region.
Yeah, and we'll see part of that is down to the lack of the less congested frequencies being opened up in Europe. Just to add, if anybody has any questions as we move on to the next slide, we are on GoToMeeting now. So we have upgraded, so there is a question section. And just to introduce, because he hasn't said anything yet, we've got Mark Carty, who is monitoring the question section like a hawk for anybody who's got any questions about 5G or products that come up as we
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you enjoy listening to us talk about 5G today.
Thanks, Mark.
So I'm here. The two main type of deployment for 5G is SA and NSA. As you can see on screen, NSA means non-standalone and SA means standalone. Many of the operators in the UK does deploy NSA 5G networks in most areas because it's an easier way to deploy 5G over existing 4G infrastructure.
Yeah.
You can achieve sort of 5G like speeds, but what it does lack is compared to the the pure end-to-end 5G of SA, things like capacity, things like latency. Despite you get a top-line speed similar to a standalone network, it does not provide those additional benefits for of 5G on the standalone network. What this also means is that in an ideal world scenario, the standalone network is much more suitable for things such as autonomous cars or smart smart city applications whereby latency is much more critical compared to just purely someone trying to stream 4K, 8K on the phone.
Or playing FIFA.
But the potential on a standalone network is obviously much greater than that of a non-standalone network. Not to mention, the energy usage and energy efficiency over a standalone network is much better than NSA. So in terms of it being a greener 5G network, standalone it will be much more ahead than compared to the non-standalone. I think as time goes, more and more networks will be upgraded to the standalone network, and that should make the general experience of 5G much more consistent and lives up to expectations of what some of these top line speeds that a lot of 5G devices quote on data sheets or marketing materials, because we are far from that. But the potential is there.
We're talking, when we send out the theoretical maximums, we're talking about 3.4 gig, and people are achieving 200 megs at the moment. And that isn't down to the fine work that D-Link are putting in designing their products. It's down to the limitations of the network, which can be quite frustrating. As Phil said, when I visited Asia last year, I was getting speeds of 350 on my 5G signal on a SIM card I purchased and used during my holiday there. So I was getting amazing speeds. Just to put down that the data that you've seen, obviously we are SIM card neutral. We don't put one SIM card provider over the other. The data that we sourced here was from a number of recent reports from OpenSignal, Ofcom, and RootMetrics as of the 5G landscape report from July 2005. So just 2025, not 2005. I'm sorry, that would have been 3G, wouldn't it, back in those days? Just so that we're maintaining that we don't support one network over the other. The timeline is, as Phil mentioned in the last slide, standalone 5G is expected to roll out massively across 25 and 26, so this year and next, across all the networks, with a full target to be reached of the full country by 2030. MM-Wave adoption, we mentioned MM-Wave briefly before. MM-Wave will introduce those high-frequency 5G bands that will allow you to reach those ultra-fast speeds, so between 24 and 100 gigahertz, and that will really kick the speeds up a notch for everybody using 5G. As Phil mentioned, smart cities, autonomous vehicles, they really are powered by the ultra low latency. And one of the things that will be introduced is network slicing. Now, network slicing kind of reminds me of being similar to a VLAN or something along those lines, where you're setting up a virtual network for a specific use. For example, IoT devices or gaming devices being sliced into their own portion of the network. In terms of rural and indoor coverage, 5G will reach 99% of the UK population by 2030, and Ireland is targeting 95% by 2028. And then 6G is already on the horizon. Lots of conversations around 6G are happening. Trials expected by 2028 with a commercial rollout post 2030. And one of the things on here was Holographic communications. So we really are moving into a world
Star
of
Trek territory.
Star Trek, Minority Report, whatever your favorite science fiction is. But me, myself, I cannot wait for holographic communications, unless I'm, of course, on the toilet when someone calls. So 5G portfolio. Let's move on from my terrible jokes. And Mark, give us a quick overview.
Yeah, so
what Dealing's got.
Current 5G portfolio for the consumer consists of a series of ODU CPEs. So that's basically the outdoor units. Pop a 5G SIM card on it, power the device, pop it to the outside of your building, and this will plug into your router and provide your business or your house with connectivity to the internet that way. We have indoor CPEs, so these are a series of indoor routers. Again, same sort of principle, attach a SIM card to them. They come in Wi-Fi 6 and 7 options, and these things, some of them have meshing, so wireless meshing capabilities, but it's the same sort of principle. Pop a SIM card into the device, and this can give you a backup connection or a primary connection to the internet, designed to be relatively easy and simple, as long as you've got a you know which way of end of a cable to plug into to set up. And then on the Go series, remote workers like myself, we have a series of MiFi adapters and MiFi hotspots. So the USB adapter on the left, that is the DUP501, I believe, the partner.
B501.
There we go. Correction there. We haven't actually got one yet. They're coming soon.
Yep.
That's essentially a device that you plug into your laptop on the go. When you're out working, going to customer meetings, traveling, it's just designed to give your device, your laptop, a connection to the internet. Quite handy.
Specifically if you're working with data that you don't want shared, because it doesn't have a Wi-Fi signal, so it only provides the signal to the device that it's plugged into, as opposed to the hotspot series, which are
the hotspot is it's a battery portable device. Again, 5G or a SIM card in the device, harvest the 5G signal, and you can use this to connect to multiple devices, so a couple of laptops whilst you're all sat around the coffee table. Idea if you're looking to share an internet connection with a couple of people there.
Great for holidays.
Yeah, great for holidays, great for remote workers, or great for workers on the move. I mean, I've used 4G and 5G connectivity myself. Got caught short on the motorway, had to pull off because I was late for a meeting. Whipped out me hotspot, connected it to my laptop, and I was able to conduct a Teams message whilst sat in the car with very little other connectivity around.
Always useful to have that backup solution, right?
I mean, those hotspots are especially useful if you're abroad, and your normal SIM doesn't have roaming. It means that you do only need to have one SIM card to share that internet connection, whether with your many devices or with family members.
Perfect money saver there. Yeah, perfect money saver. Indoor CPEs. So Mark briefly touched on the indoor CPE units. So we've got a few to go through here. The first one is currently available on the market. It's our current generation, because referring to Wi-Fi 6 as next generation is that's so yesterday. So this is the current solution, the G530. So this is our 5G solution for the moment. It's AX3000, powered by Wi-Fi 6, and can replace your home broadband or work in conjunction with your home broadband. So the beauty of a device like this is that it allows you to plug in your home broadband connection and use your home broadband, plug in your 5G SIM card and use your 5G SIM card, or use one or the other one as a sort of failover solution. So it's both models in one go there, which makes it a great solution for at home, as opposed to buying a sort of separate Wi-Fi 6 router and a Wi-Fi 6 5G device. You can use this for both. So it's a very, very popular model at the moment. Totally plug and play. powered by an app, so very easy to set up and manage. All the sorts of parental controls and all that all managed through your phone interface, which will be something that runs through most of the devices here. And also that fantastic made in Taiwan manufacturer's guarantee, which is coming to you from the newer range of D-Link products that you'll see designed with our new sort of white and blue distinct branding on almost everything that you'll see here today.
Just to quickly add, these type of devices, I think within the industry are quite commonly known as fixed wireless access devices. I think that the biggest difference between having a 5G broadband in your office or at home compared to the normal fixed line is you do have the freedom and also I guess not the restriction of how far you live away from the exchange. And should you need to actually let's say if you're renting an apartment somewhere and you have to move every maybe 2-3 years, you can simply pick up the device and take it with you without having to cancel one contract to get out to take out another contract with which may be very long with the same or different operator and be tied to that.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the advantages of SIM cards over fixed line contracts, isn't it? That ability to move after a certain deadline or certain point. So
and with the improvement of 5G coverage and also speeds, around the country, it's, as I say, the chances of you getting a decent internet speed can only improve without compared to the probability of them the internet service provider digging up the road to lay another fiber to you.
So the beauty there, Phil, that you touched on is that if you're on especially if you're on a pay-as-you-go SIM card for your data or something along those lines, if you move to a new area and the Vodafone signal is poor but the O2 signal is great, you can switch providers quite easily and just switch out your SIM card for the new SIM card and appreciate the speeds of the new provider. I've just flicked over there to the G572, which is our 5G BE7200 Wi-Fi 7 router, signified by the gold logo and the Wi-Fi 7 on top of the unit. It's very similar looking to the previous unit, and it's got a couple of extra LAN ports on the back there, as you can see from the rear view. And the WAN on this device is boosted up to 2.5 gigabit. So hence why we really need those 5G networks to pull their finger out and take advantage of the super speeds that this device can provide. But if you do use this device with just the normal broadband signal, you do have that 2.5 gigabit WAN port on the back there. So
I think it's quite amazing actually how fast gigabit internet has been rolled out across the UK, and fast on the heels of that, we will expect service providers to try to
keep up.
Have an upper hand compared to their competition by offering multi-gigabit internet connections, and this is where the 2.5 gig WAN can really help you prepare for when that day comes, which is probably sooner rather than later. The Wi-Fi 7 speeds on this device is dual band 157. So on the 5 gigahertz does provide you with a theoretical speed of 5.8 gigabits per second to complement that multi-gigabit internet connection.
That's faster than 5G though.
No, for 5G,
it's a 5G 3.4 on the
on this particular device. Believe it or not, the theoretical speed 5G connection speed on this is actually 7.7 gigs.
Wow. Oh, that's 7.01.
Yeah,
7.01.
But again, when the 5G operators upgrade their network and the infrastructure becomes better and better, will allow the unit to get faster speeds, maybe not quite up to 7 gigs, but the device is built for
with the future in mind to
Yeah.
for 5G.
Sorry, I flipped over to the next one there. I got it. And G416. So this is a 4G Wi-Fi 6 router, so not quite as advanced as the previous two models, but it is a very comprehensive and functional device that can operate in most homes and provide a very, very good speed, especially for someone like me who doesn't have 5G operational in my area. I could use this device and get a very good 4G signal. So as I said, some of the 4G signals in my area are about 80 to 90 meg, which is faster than my home broadband. So if I had this, I could probably get speeds faster than my home broadband at certain times of the day when it's not so busy.
It's just a cost-effective option for those that
Yes.
don't quite require 5G yet. Drop yourself down to 4G, save yourself a little bit of money here and now, and you can still get that backup connectivity. So if you've got a spotty internet connection from your provider and you want to stay connected, you pop a SIM card in the device and just keep your home or keep your company up and running, basically.
Well, as Phil said earlier, the ease of picking up these devices. We've got a device later on which would be the best device for somebody who's operating in a food truck, a coffee truck, or a kebab van, or something along those lines. But a little device like this, if you're in an area with a very good signal and you've got that power outlet to be able to plug this device in, you could easily use this and provide a very decent 4G signal for your customers sat outside. And so it's a good solution for even people like that.
One of the first things that came to mind is why is Alan talking about a 4G router on a 5G webinar? But the real thing to highlight, here is that these devices are becoming very, very affordable. These dual WAN devices that support both Ethernet and cellular WAN. It's almost like an insurance policy, whether it's for your business or for your home. Even if you have a fixed line internet at home, you can simply add a device that's into your setup. Just in case, if for whatever reason your internet connection goes down, the mobile internet will kick in and keep you connected.
If you're a small company, I remember a few years ago working with a small company who, when their broadband internet went home, they sent everyone home because they had VoIP phones. And with a simple device, you can keep that rollout failover connection, and you don't have to send everybody home from the office.
Especially when companies work on cloud applications.
Just keep that connection, keep that updating. Even more cost effective than the last version, because as I remind Phil, 5G is only 1G less than 1G more than 4G. So 4G still a very relevant device, even though we're turning off 3G. 4G will be around for many years to come. So this device is just a Wi-Fi 4 device, but this is a perfect, very cost-effective solution for anybody out there who just wants something as a failover unit, just wants something for a holiday home, just something cheap and cheerful, because they're not there very much, they're not big internet users, and these sort of devices can be picked up around the £50 mark at the moment. So a great little service there, good quality antennas, and a decent speed provided.
Perfectly adequate for a caravan.
Perfectly adequate for a caravan, yes. Caravans, good segue there, Phil, because we're going to be talking about 5G speeds outdoors. As most of us will know, 5G is better outdoors. So what we've done with our outdoor CPEs is we've mixed the best of both worlds. So we've designed these devices that will sit on the outside of a building, on the outside of a coffee truck, of a warehouse, and pick up the 5G signal and provide that 5G signal to either an access point or something that your company already maintains, and then that access point will send out the wireless signal, or in the case of the next device, a kit that D-Link has put together for you. Mark, you're the outdoor CPE man, so why don't you give us a quick overview of the DWP 1010?
Yeah, so the 1010, as Alan said, is an outdoor CPA. So we plug a 5G, put a SIM card in the device, and it will harvest the 4G/5G signals that are around. This unit particularly is IP67 rated, meaning that it's got a weatherproof case on it. As long as the grommets and the screws are correctly installed, it will keep all the water out of it. You can easily put the device on the outside. It's powered via a PoE injector that comes with the device. So you provide power to the device, plug it into your network, or plug it into your router, and off you go. That's as simple as it is. But the best, this particular version, so the 1010 doesn't have Wi-Fi, but we have something called the DWP 1010W that can provide, again, a Wi-Fi signal. So if you've got a beer garden, or if you've got a pub garden and you want to give your patrons a connection to the internet, the Wi-Fi W may be of interest to you.
Yeah, more of an all-in-one solution. Well, one of my favorite parts about this one is the app that comes with it, the survey app, because the app will basically guide you and show you where the best signal is coming from. So as you move around your property, it will say to you the best position is here. Locate that for you to face the best way. There's a video on the D-Link YouTube channel that shows that in action. It's quite a cool little service.
The devices come with both wall mount and pole mount. So when you're mounting it outside, you know, let's say on your roof, you can rotate it along with the app to find the best angle where to point towards the cell tower as such.
Yeah, just always be safe when you're on your roof. Yes. As we said, the DWP 1010, here's the DWP 1010 KT, with the KT basically standing for kit. So we shortened that abbreviation by all of one letter. So it comes with the previously mentioned outdoor unit, and it comes with the AX1500 mesh Wi-Fi unit, the M15. So you run a cable between the 1010 and the M15, and the M15 becomes your Wi-Fi device. Again, we've tested this with one of our friendly YouTube friends who positioned this on the outside of his mobile home and used the M15 indoors. And he gave us a glowing review for this device because of the way that the two devices are both from D-Link, both work within the same ecosystem, both work within the same app, which makes it a great solution. Obviously, we said previously the 1010 you can use an access point, you can use whatever. These two devices are designed to work together on the same app to manage both signals at the same time. There will be a newer version of the DWP 1010 KT coming soon. We'll talk about that in the future. Yeah, this is definitely something that D-Link is working on more as 5G works so well outside versus indoors. Okay. Right. Mobile hotspots. So we've got a number of new hotspots that will allow you to take 5G wherever you go. The first of these is I don't want to call it the budget option, but it's the most affordable option that we're coming out with. Most of these devices should be with us in the next couple of months or so. The F518 is our new 5G AX1800 Wi-Fi hotspot, and we've been testing these in the office over the past few days and getting some very good results. Some of the standout points on this are obviously the Wi-Fi 6 signal. AX1800 should provide you with some very good speeds up to 1.8 gig, and the 8,000 milliamp battery. Designed to work all day up to 16 hours, so it should be the perfect travel companion, especially if you're going on a long trip. and you want to be connected to the internet for the whole time. And there's also some power bank compatibility, which I'll let Phil talk to you about when Phil takes over in a second. So
I am taking over right now. I think people should not be familiar with the mobile hotspot. So it's a simple device that's that doesn't need to plug into anything, that you can carry around to share internet connection from 5G. I guess the extended battery life on this is obviously designed for you to be out and about and still connected throughout the day.
Yep.
The power bank function on this allows you to actually connect an Android phone or an iPhone or your headphones to the USB-C port on the hotspot itself, and it will give you charge capabilities to those devices, just in case you're running out of power on your smartphone when you're out and about.
It's nothing worse than having a full battery on your hotspot but no battery left on your phone, and at least that's a great addition for this device to have, isn't it? So yeah, keeping you powered up on the go as well as keeping you connected with 5G. So that sounds great to me.
And it's perfect. This device, I think, perfectly complements the next device that Adam will show you in a minute, which
coming soon.
Which if Adam should be so kind to flip over.
DBR 330G. It's our new 5G AX3000 mobile router. So this is the slightly more premium model because it has more functionality, which Phil is dying to talk about. So I'm just going to hand it straight back over to him. But it does have more connections, slightly higher speed, and also there's a dual SD and SIM card slot, which I think personally is brilliant.
So thank you, Alan. So this device is more designed for, I guess, you can say some small office, home office, or a prosumer, because it can act perfectly well as a home router. But if you need it just for you to pick up because of the battery power capabilities for you to take it along with you, it supports double the amount of wireless clients compared to the previous F518. And on top of that, it does also support VPN clients. So it allows you to use it to connect to, whether it's a VPN service or in a more office environment,
so something like NordVPN or something like OpenVPN or something along those lines.
Or your company's VPN.
Yes.
If need be to have that, or more secure private connection to the internet. The SD card slot, as I mentioned, does give you this capability to it's almost like a NAS. So any wireless clients that's connected to the DBR 330G will have access to the files that can be shared on the SD card. And of course, with the USB-C port charging, it's very easy for you to add additional power or charge the battery, when you're on the move with a D-Link GAN charger or power bank.
So I mean, I love the storage and the sharing functionality on this. If you take this device on holiday with you and you all connect to it, you can all access the same set of movies, the same set of whatever files you've got on there to keep the kids entertained for half an hour while you're getting ready to watch the latest episode of their favorite show, or something along those lines. So you can see some diagrams on the side there about particular usage. The one thing to mention with all of these 5G devices is that D-Link is also launching a range of GAN chargers and power banks, and that really does fit in with this sort of product, because your D-Link charger, your D-Link 5G mobile router used in conjunction to keep both devices powered up, both devices ready to go. And obviously, with them both being designed by us, they're very similar style and all designed to work together in that same sort of ecosystem. So we call it the on-the-go ecosystem. So keeping you powered up, keeping you connected is all part of D-Link's ethos moving forward.
Just one last thing. Alan mentioned that this is a slightly higher end model compared to the F51A. Aside from what I already mentioned, you can connect double amount of Wi-Fi devices to the mobile router. The top line 5G speeds on the DBR 330G it's quite a bit faster. It's 4.67 gigabit per second compared to F518's 2.6. So in real life, you would experience nearly double the speed on 5G compared to the
very nice. Yeah, we do have another 5G product which will be on the way. We'll probably show you that in a future webinar, but it is a version similar to some of the devices you're seeing here. Just will have an LED screen built into it, similar to the current model,
and even faster Wi-Fi.
So again, we're really looking forward to that one. So I'll apologize to Phil, but we are now going to speak about 4G again very briefly. A very, very, very well priced device, a 4G Wi-Fi 6 hotspot. So the DWR932W, the W stands for white in this case. Everybody knows the traditional DWR932 version. This is the new Wi-Fi 6 version, the upgraded version. So as well as being upgraded to Wi-Fi 6, we've also upgraded the battery life to 16 hours, and still simple, still very slimline, still fits in your pocket very, very easily as you move around. So not too much to kind of say about this model, but you can find this retailing at the moment around £40. It really is a bargain device, and it is quite a significant upgrade from the DWR932. If you can spare that little bit more expense, spared there.
One thing great about something like this compared to the 5G hotspots is that they are a lot smaller and a lot lighter.
A lot lighter,
around.
yes, yeah, a lot lighter. The F51A is it's not really going to fit in your pocket, is it?
It's a little chunky compared, but
the DBR will fit in your pocket, but the F518 is a little bit chunkier. So yeah, that's going to go in your man bag or in the wife's purse, whichever you're carrying around with you. Okay, and last but not least, one of my favorite devices. We've actually been testing this device today, getting some very good results. Is the D501. This is the 5G USB adapter. We briefly spoke about this one, and Mark couldn't wait to spoil the surprise when we were doing the intro slide about this one.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right. So this device it's not going to be unique to the marketplace, but there aren't many 5G USB adapters available at the moment. So this is where we're very excited about bringing you guys this one. So this device here will connect to your computer via a short USB-C cable. That will plug into your laptop and provide it with 5G speeds. It's a little less open to interference because it doesn't broadcast a Wi-Fi signal. It simply sends the speeds to your device through the USB-C 3.1 cable. So more than capable of handling the 5G speeds down that line. So yeah, we're really looking forward to this one. This one should be coming in a couple of months or so. So anybody who's looking for a 5G device, maybe a little bit more worried about the security on a hotspot, which you shouldn't be, because WPA3 and everything has really secured up that network. But this device is really for purely a solo worker, maybe somebody who's got high-end, very important data on their phone, on their laptop, and really doesn't want to share that on a public network. Yeah, we're super excited about this one. So.
It works with Windows, Mac, and Linux, and it doesn't require any drivers to install. The actual software needed to work on your computer is in the device itself, so it's pretty much plug and play.
Yeah.
And just to throw in the top line 5G speeds, it does support up to 3.4 gigabits per second.
Fantastic.
5G.
And this is the device that probably has the most chance of hitting those speeds. So yeah, this one is great. Again, as we always like to do, a little bit more bang for your buck here, because the D501 is likely to retail probably closer to like £300. This DWM222 device, 222W, which is the white version of the existing 222, and similar to the previous 932, it has been upgraded to Wi-Fi 6. Why would you upgrade a dongle to Wi-Fi 6, I hear you ask? Well, this device, unlike the previous device, has Wi-Fi built into it, so you can use this as just a device, plug it into the USB socket on your computer, and just use it for yourself. Or if you choose to, you can also broadcast a Wi-Fi signal from the device to 8 different devices. And I won't steal Phil's thunder, because Phil wants to tell you about how you can use this device without plugging into a laptop. So I'm going to let him do that for you.
So if you do have a a power bank or a USB GAN charger, or even one of those USB car chargers,
a D-Link one,
or one of those car USB adapters, you can simply plug this device in, and it will act as a hotspot powered from a USB port that's not that of a computer. So in cases of more, even things like buses now have USB ports on them for charging. You can plug it in and actually connect multiple devices to access the internet.
Yeah, I love that functionality on this one, and with it being such a reasonable price compared to the D501, if you can't fully upgrade to 5G at the moment, then this remains a very solid 4G option for you. Okay, that's pretty much it for today's webinar. If you've got any questions, the questions will be open for the next 5 minutes or so. You can either type them into the chat there, or you can go to our website. All of these products, if they're not all listed now, they will be listed in the next few weeks or so. If you want any more details on them, you can't find them on the website. The best email address for us, as always, is uki-sales@dlink.com. That goes to everybody in the team, and we'll get back to you with regards to tech specs, data sheets, anything that you've seen today, any questions that you have at all around D-Link's 5G plans, moving into the future and looking very much at the present. So I'll say thanks to everybody for joining us on the webinar today. My pleasure as always, and I will look forward to seeing you on our future webinars. Watch this space for what we will be doing in October. We'll send out the details shortly. So thanks to everyone for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye all.